The phrase line in the sand is a powerful idiom that refers to a clear boundary or limit that someone sets, beyond which they will not tolerate behavior or allow a situation to go. It signifies a point of no return, a firm stance that, once crossed, will lead to consequences or definitive action. The image it evokes is simple yet strong, a line drawn on the ground that separates what is acceptable from what is not. Historically, the origin of the phrase is often linked to a famous event in 1836 during the Battle of the Alamo. Legend has it that Colonel William Travis drew a line in the sand with his sword and asked his soldiers to step over it if they were willing to stay and fight. Though the story's historical accuracy is debated, it powerfully illustrates the idiom's meaning as a decisive moment that demands commitment and clarity. In everyday language, drawing a line in the sand means establishing a personal or professional boundary. A manager might draw a line in the sand by refusing to accept repeated tardiness from employees. A parent might use it to explain the last warning before enforcing discipline. It is about defining limits and maintaining them with resolve and purpose. The phrase also appears in political, legal, or ethical contexts. A government might draw a line in the sand in response to aggression from another nation, signaling that any further provocation will trigger retaliation. In ethics, individuals or groups may draw moral lines they refuse to cross, even under pressure. The idiom thus carries a tone of firmness, seriousness, and finality. Emotionally, setting a line in the sand can be both empowering and risky. It represents strength and self-respect but also invites confrontation if others test or challenge that limit. It requires the courage to uphold one's boundaries, even when it is uncomfortable or unpopular. Once drawn, the line becomes a measure of one's integrity and determination. However, not all lines in the sand are immovable. Sometimes, people revise their boundaries based on new information or changing circumstances. While the idiom typically implies a rigid stance, in real life, boundaries can shift with thoughtful reflection. The challenge is to balance flexibility with firmness, knowing when to stand ground and when to adapt. In conclusion, a line in the sand symbolizes a decisive boundary that defines what one will accept and what one will not. It serves as a marker of conviction, identity, and principle. Whether in personal life or broader society, this idiom reminds us of the power and responsibility involved in standing firm for what we believe is right.